Okay, 7th graders, this is to help you with question 5 on CR number 7. It says, which of these is equivalent to 2/3? All right, if you want to convert a fraction to a decimal, that's what they want to make sure you can do here. One way to remember it, because this means 2/3 means 2 divided by 3. So if you're going to set up your division box, that would be 3 goes into 2.0. One way you can remember, because sometimes students have a hard time remembering what number goes on the outside of the division box, 2/3 will be less than 1. So 2/3, if you can't remember what number goes on the outside, you can always think of BO. BO stands for bottom out. So if you're not sure that the 3 goes on the outside of the division box, you can just try to remind yourself of that. But this means 2 divided by 3. So this is what 2 divided by 3 looks like when we set it up with the division box. And you can always remember the bottom number goes on the outside of the division box. Then you drop the top number in. Okay. So how many times 3 go into 2? Well, 3 goes into 2 0 times. Then we can add a 0 after this decimal point. How many times 3 go into 20? 3 goes into 26 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract off 20 minus 18 is 2. Then we're going to bring down a 0. How many times does 3 go into 20? 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract off 20 minus 18 is 2. Ooh, bring down another 0. How many times does 3 go into 20? 6 times. Hopefully you can see this is going to be a repeated decimal. 0.66666 is the same as 2/3. 2/3 is the same as 0.666 and so on. So now we just have to see with bar notation which of these matches. This is the bar notation that matches. That can be rewritten as 0.6 with a bar over it. If your repeating decimal was like 52, 52, 52, and so on, then if you needed to write it in bar notation, it would be 0.52, and the bar would have to go over the 5 and the 2. If your answer was something like 0.822222 repeating, then in bar notation it would be 0.8 with your 2, and only the 2 would repeat, so the bar would go over the 2. So that's just to remind you how to write things with the bar notation, because I'm assuming that that's how your answer is given. I hope that helps.